it felt good in so many ways, you know, that it was so successful. I think we were all, I mean, we all had really high hopes, but I always say it's just one of those things you just never know until after opening weekend, because you just, you know, got to get everybody to come out, and they just, with, you know, Guardians being that property that was kind of unknown, it was, you know, it was that unknown factor about it. We just weren't sure if everybody'd be curious enough to come out. But, you know, I have to say that Marvel did such a good job of promoting it and making people familiar with the characters before the movie was even released, and getting people excited. So, you know, the hype was there and everything. We're just waiting for after opening weekend, and everybody just breathed this huge sigh of relief. And then it just kept continuing. And then there's like that, oh my God feeling, like this is just crazy. And then there was just positive review after positive review, and it just felt so rewarding. You just definitely get to know Drax a little bit more. There's still a lot of the same. You're still feeling, you know, a lot of grief, a lot of heartbreak over losing his family. But then you know, Drax is just more visible, I think, in this film. A lot more of the witty dialogue. It's, you know, it's so great, man. I love being the vehicle for James, but that's really what I am. I am, you know, Drax is the vehicle for James Gunn's just twisted, witty sense of humor. And, you know, I love when I'm shooting stuff and delivering stuff, and I can hear James like off in the distance just laughing, because I know that's, you know, that's what he wanted. That's what he was expecting out of this, you know, this dialogue there. He was looking for that now. That in itself is, it just kind of makes me feel really good, because I love giving him what he wants, because you know, I love James as a director, and I know that he's writing specifically for me and for Drax, and I love delivering for him. You know, it feels good. You know, I think he's more confident in me on this film, and that again makes me feel really good. It's kind of a strange thing, because you know, it's hard to think that Drax would have some innocence to him, but I think he really does, and I think it comes out in this film, and I think that's the connection he has with Mantis. I think there's just a lot of innocence in both the characters, and you wouldn't think that, being, you know, a big, strong brute, you know, that Drax is, but I think there really is, and I think that's where they make the connection. They're almost yeah, they're almost like two kids that find each other and become playmates, and they just connect on a certain level that they can't connect with anybody else. You know, so, and I think they're also, because they're both suffering from some pain, you know, and learning new things, new feelings, new experiences. They're kind of going through that together. You know, I think that's where the connection is. I think, first of all, you know, on a personal level, and I think everybody involved in this film will agree that we just love him. You know, he's just such a good dude. I mean, just such a good, kind-hearted person. I can't say enough good things about him. He just, you know, he is what you see. There's nothing, you know, superficial or pretentious about Chris. And he's just got a great energy about him. You know, he's a very positive person. And that, you know, that all trickles down. You know, when you get number one coming to set who's always in a good mood, I mean, it's hard to be, you know, that guy who's in a bad mood or complaining, oh, God, I hate this makeup. You know, you don't want to be that guy. But it's just like, it's a positive energy. And like I said, when you're spending 12, 13, 14, 15 hours on a set, man, you really rely on that. You need it. And we can always count on Chris for that. You know, we can always count on him to make us laugh. And that's a great thing. But that's also the same with James. We can always count on him to be in a great mood, excited about what we're doing. And that's the kind of stuff you need when you're spending all this time together on, you know, long hours, long days they're going to last for weeks and months and just go on. It's just hard. It's hard work, man. You need all the positive energy you can get, and Chris delivers, man. You know what I really love about Drax is he's not what you'd expect. Even from reading the comics and stuff, I think they were expecting one thing, we gave them another. And I think it's cool, but I think it makes it more interesting, because I think it's easy to be the big guy who's always growling at people and intimidating people. It's easy, you know. We've seen it a million times. It's boring. But when you get the same guy who looks the same way but just says the most ridiculous things that make you laugh, I just think it makes him more interesting. You know, he's an interesting character. You know, but he's also got that side to him that's just all heart. You know, he's still just so heartbroken over his, you know, the loss of his family. And I love that dynamic, man. I love playing with that, man. I think it's challenging. It makes it interesting. It makes the character lovable. You know, it makes people connect to him.